Can you enter Japan without a visa? Your answer depends entirely on the passport you hold. Think about your nationality. Now consider if you need to prepare weeks in advance or if you can simply book a flight and go. This simple question opens up a complex world of rules, relationships, regulations. Japan's visa system is carefully designed. It welcomes millions who boost the economy and protects national security. Understand the system, and your trip gets smoother. To understand who can visit Japan and why, we need to look at the foundation of its entry system. Japan's visa policy isn't a single rigid rulebook, it's a complex and dynamic framework built on 4 core pillars. Each pillar represents a distinct priority, and together they create a balanced system designed to protect the nation while welcoming the world. Let's break them down one by one. The first and most critical pillar is national security and robust identity verification. This is the bedrock of the entire system. Japan's primary responsibility is to its citizens, which means ensuring that every person who enters the country is who they claim to be and poses no threat. To achieve this, Japan meticulously screens every applicant to prevent crime, terrorism, and immigration fraud. This isn't just a formality, it's a deep, data-driven process. That means detailed checks of passports for authenticity and a thorough review of personal histories, including any past criminal records or immigration violations. Advanced biometrics like fingerprints and facial recognition are now standard at ports of entry. This technology creates a digital handshake, confirming a traveler's identity with near certainty, and making the entire process both more secure and more efficient. The second pillar is bilateral relationships and diplomacy. A country's passport is more than a travel document, it's a symbol of its relationship with the rest of the world. Visa-free agreements are often reciprocal, built on decades of mutual trust, shared values, and strong diplomatic partnerships. When Japan grants visa-free access to a country, it's a statement of confidence in that nation's own security and economic stability. Conversely, limited diplomatic ties, political friction, or a lack of reciprocal agreements can mean stricter requirements. In these cases, travelers must go through a more formal application process at an embassy or consulate. Third, we have migration risk assessment. This is a pragmatic evaluation based on data. Japanese authorities analyze trends to determine the likelihood that a visitor might overstay their visa or engage in unauthorized work. They weigh overstay statistics, the economic conditions in the applicant's home country, and overall social stability. This history informs the level of screening required. If a country has a high rate of overstays, its citizens will likely face more scrutiny. This isn't a judgment on individuals, but a policy based on statistical risk. Higher perceived risk means deeper screening is necessary, usually requiring a traditional visa application. Finally, the fourth pillar is tourism and economic strategy. Japan has ambitious goals for its tourism sector, recognizing it as a powerful engine for economic growth. To meet these goals, the government strategically eases entry for travelers from low-risk countries who are likely to contribute to the economy. This includes scaling access with modern digital tools like the e-visa system, which simplifies the application process for millions of potential tourists, making a trip to Japan more accessible than ever before. These 4 pillars work in concert, creating a visa policy that is secure, diplomatic, pragmatic, and economically savvy. To manage the millions of visitors it welcomes each year, Japan has developed a sophisticated and tiered immigration system. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Instead, the process is tailored to a traveler's specific circumstances. Fundamentally, Japan groups visitors into 3 main pathways: the visa-free arrangement, the e-visa system, and the traditional embassy visa. Each path is designed with a different type of traveler in mind, balancing ease of access with rigorous security protocols. Understanding which category you fall into is the absolute first step in planning a seamless journey. Let's break down what each of these categories means for you. First, and most straightforward, is the visa-exempt or visa-free path. This is the fast track for tourists and short-term business visitors from countries with strong diplomatic ties and low immigration risk profiles. If you hold a passport from one of these designated nations, you can enter Japan for short stays, typically up to 90 days, without any prior visa application. This privilege is extended to citizens from a wide range of countries. Key examples include the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Singapore, and the majority of nations within the European Union. This arrangement is built on mutual trust and simplifies travel immensely for a large portion of global travelers. The allowed activities under this status are strictly non-remunerative. This means you can engage in tourism, attend business meetings or conferences, or visit friends and family. However, you are not permitted to work or earn an income in Japan. Even with this exemption, screening still applies upon arrival. Immigration officers will verify your purpose of visit, so be prepared to show proof of a return or onward ticket and demonstrate you have sufficient funds to cover your stay. The second path is the Japan e-visa. This modern, digital solution is designed for citizens of countries not on the visa-exempt list who wish to visit for tourism. It streamlines the application process by moving it entirely online, eliminating the need to visit an embassy in person for a short-term, single-entry tourist visa. It's a middle ground, offering more convenience than a traditional visa, while still allowing for pre-screening of applicants. As of late 2025, eligibility for the e-visa has expanded significantly. It now includes residents of many countries, with notable examples being Brazil, Cambodia, South Africa, and even certain residents of the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, who might not qualify for visa-free entry for other reasons. The process is user-friendly. You apply online through the official portal, upload the required documents like your passport and photo, and pay the processing fee electronically. If your application is approved, you'll receive a digital visa issuance notice. This notice, often containing a QR code, is your key to entry. You simply present this digital document on your smartphone or as a printout at the airport, both at your departure airline counter and to immigration officials upon arrival in Japan. Finally, we have the third and most involved path, the traditional embassy visa. This route is necessary for anyone whose nationality is not covered by the visa-free or e-visa programs, or for individuals planning long-term stays or specific activities not permitted under the other categories. This is the required channel if you intend to work, study, or join family members residing in Japan. Unlike the other paths, this process involves a direct application through a Japanese embassy or consulate in your home country. You can expect to schedule an appointment, submit a comprehensive set of detailed documents, and in some cases attend an in-person interview. The embassy visa process allows for the most in-depth screening, which is essential for higher-risk or long-term cases where the applicant intends to reside in Japan for an extended period. It ensures that all legal and financial requirements for work, study, or residency are thoroughly vetted before entry is granted. Visa-free access isn't random. It's a data-driven assessment built on trust. Low overstay rates signal respect for Japan's rules. Strong passport tech and anti-fraud features matter. Reliable identity equals safer borders. The e-visa bridges visa-free convenience and embassy-level control, designed to facilitate tourism while pre-screening applicants. It opens doors to fast-growing markets with strong demand. Authorities verify identity, funds, and itineraries before arrival. More robust than arrival-only checks, far more convenient than consulates. Ineligible applicants are filtered early. Digital processing eases workloads and priorities. Scales with tourism without more physical infrastructure. Eligibility can be added or adjusted quickly. As demand grows, new groups are onboarded via e-visa. Bottom line, calibrated openness. That's the idea: secure, simple, and scalable. The embassy visa is crucial where scrutiny must be highest. Required if no exemption e-visa applies or risks are higher. It addresses national security concerns and overstay risk. Officers assess background, intentions, and documentation. Long-term stays, engineer, specialist, student, spouse require deeper checks. Original documents and interviews verify claims and prevent fraud. Paper-based systems remain reliable where digital links fall short. Embassy vetting gives Japan maximum control for complex cases. These safeguards uphold program integrity. It's rigorous by design, serving security, fairness, and long-term success. The period between 2024 and 2026 marked a pivotal shift in Japan's immigration landscape. The government moved away from broad incentives towards a more strategic policy of targeted attraction, coupled with significantly tighter compliance measures. This wasn't about closing doors, but about installing the right kinds of locks to ensure that those who enter are genuinely contributing to Japan's economic and social fabric. Let's break down the key changes that defined this era. First, the business manager visa underwent a major overhaul, which took full effect in October 2025. The changes were designed to filter for serious, well-funded entrepreneurs and eliminate misuse of the visa category. The minimum capital requirement saw a dramatic increase, jumping from 5 million yen to 30 million yen. This ensures that new ventures are adequately capitalized for long-term success. Furthermore, a new stipulation required the hiring of at least one full-time, locally based employee from the outset, directly linking the visa to domestic job creation. To underscore the importance of cultural and business integration, a Japanese language proficiency test, or JLPT N2 level, became mandatory. This level of fluency is considered essential for navigating complex business negotiations, understanding legal documents, and effectively managing a local workforce. The message was clear: Japan is open for business, but only for those truly committed to investing and integrating. In a nod to modern work trends, 2024 saw the launch of a much-anticipated digital nomad visa. This allows eligible professionals to reside in Japan for up to 6 months. However, it comes with strict conditions. It's non-extendable, and applicants must prove an annual income of at least 10 million yen and hold private health insurance. A key distinction is that visa holders are prohibited from working for Japan-based companies, reinforcing its purpose for remote workers employed abroad. On the plus side, dependents are permitted to accompany the visa holder. On the administrative front, efficiency was a major focus. By December 2025, the e-visa system was expanded to include residents of several more countries, including the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, streamlining the application process for millions of potential visitors and residents. The path to permanent residency, or PR, also saw its rules clarified and enforced more strictly. As of February 24, 2026, the requirement of 5 continuous years of residency became a hard and fast rule, with less room for exceptions. Applicants now face intense scrutiny of their tax and social security payment histories, with any lapses becoming grounds for immediate rejection. Finally, compliance became a shared responsibility. A new rule implemented on March 9, 2026, required both dispatch companies and their client firms to file written pledges, ensuring accountability for the proper management and support of foreign workers. Overall, these changes paint a picture of a country that remains open to the world, but is becoming far more deliberate about who it invites for the long term, prioritizing quality and compliance over sheer quantity. Passport valid, ideally 6 months beyond departure. Bring proof you'll leave Japan, return, or onward ticket. Be ready to show sufficient funds. Have accommodation confirmations for your first nights. Start early. Gather digital docs for e-visa originals, photocopies for embassy visas. Pre-fill immigration and customs via Visit Japan, web for faster arrival. Keep digital and printed copies. A little organization goes a long way. Japan's visa policy balances security, diplomacy, risk, and tourism. 3 paths tailor convenience and control to each traveler. Check your category, prepare documents, and use digital tools. Travel with confidence and subscribe for more adventures.